Ace coming with him, man.
Keep digging, man. Nice and smooth. You're looking good.
Glad you're with us for NASCAR at Fox from Bristol. 33 laps to go. Denny Hamlin leading Kyle Busch. Busch closing in fast. Moments ago, pole sitter Jeff Gordon as far back as 27th, passing to go up to 4th. And Hamlin has led the most laps, 152 and counting, he's ever led in a race. Jeff ushering in the car of tomorrow, now the car of now for NASCAR. Observations so far through this race with about 32 laps to go.
Well, what did I tell you the word down in the garage was early this morning? Optimism. I mean, I think they were very optimistic about how this car was going to perform. So far, this whole race has been uncharacteristic for Bristol. I think we've seen a lot more give and take and a whole lot less beating and banging.
They wanted safety and competition. Only 3 cars out of the race. Mike, we've had 10 different leaders today, but Hamlin's the man right now.
Denny Hamlin leading more laps than he's ever led. That sure means it's time for our Nextel call of the race. Nextel gets things done.
Well, I know we still have 30 laps to go, but right now I'm going to give it to Mike Ford, that 11 crew. Good pit stop, but great call. Elected not to dump fuel in that car, getting an adjustment that he needed. Mike Ford, that 11 crew, getting it done like Nextel.
Yeah, I still got to go with the 24. I can't believe what they've done with that car today. 500 laps, a lot of time to work on it.
I'm going with Joe Gibbs Racing as a whole. Those 3 cars have led 430 out of 472 laps. Stewart dominated while he led. He led the most laps today. Hamlin out in front. J.J. Yaley led. Boy, they were prepared for Bristol.
I think Jeff Gordon's driving one of those I need to win my 5th championship races today, but they have done a good job.
An attaboy for David Stremme, top Dodge in the race. In 7th, Dodge has qualified well. Stremme's the one to seal the deal, and Dodge, like Chevy, has a new body style here. It's the Avenger, their new mid-size car that is being carried by the Nextel Cup drivers in the car of tomorrow platform. That's a Dodge Avenger.
Yeah, they will still carry the Charger name with the current car, just like Chevrolet will still carry the Monte Carlo SS. Ford Fusion, as well as the new Toyota Camry, elected to keep the same name in the car tomorrow. Now Denny Hamlin 11 car starting to stretch it out a little bit on Kyle Busch in the 5 car with 25 laps to go. But right now, we talked about it earlier, we have that conveyor belt of cars all the way around this half-mile racetrack.
Kyle Busch staying just close enough to Hamlin, keep pressure on him. He can't make a mistake. He can't linger too long behind anybody.
But you know how this place races. Look at those 160,000 seats. See an empty one? I don't.
And it won't be long. You'll see a bunch of empty seats because they'll all be standing up as this race winds down.
I got to believe as long as Kyle Busch can stay this close to Denny Hamlin, he might have a little something for him. He seems to be able to close up even without traffic. And just like before, back here the 24 and the 31 this time seem to be getting better as they get near the end of this run.
Jeff Burton had caught Jeff Gordon. They had to work their way past Mike Bliss. And I thought Burton had a little something for the 24. And 55% of you say, leave it alone. Don't progressively bank Bristol. We like it the way it is. But they think they can put out a new surface and improve the quality of the racing. And that will happen right after this race.
That was actually closer than I thought it would be. 55-45, I thought it'd be more like 70-30 maybe.
Carl Edwards, Jimmy Johnson, 10th place battle with 20 to go. 10th and 11th of 15 cars on the lead lap.
You know, the 5 car gets into the car much better than the 11, which tells me he's rolling out a little early. But man, when 11 picks up the throttle there, he's got that forward bite that everybody like to have. He shoots up off the corner.
We're here with 18 laps to maybe some viewers that are just joining us. Mike talked about how many laps that Joe Gibbs Racing had led here today. Tony Stewart led 257 on lap 290, came to pit road with no fuel pressure. He's sitting out there now just logging laps, 29 laps down.
Watch the 5 car close up into the corner, right, going in, but then he loses all that ground coming off. And that's perfect. And we got the 48 car with a flat right front, looks like.
No caution yet.
He can get down to the bottom of the racetrack and get to pit road if he can hold the bottom of the track and everyone fight their way by.
Now the 48's pitting on the backstretch. And, of course, what he's hoping for is to get a caution, and Kyle Busch just took advantage of it, took the lead away from Denny Hamlin. Caution is out now.
Well, that changes everything.
Got a feeling they'll be discussing this.
Well, Kyle Busch had completed the pass well enough prior to the caution that the loop data will likely show him as the leader. We'll double check.
That's coming off a 2 down the back and look like a...
Now, let me explain why Tony Stewart is so slow. Darrell, we talked about this earlier. He didn't want to become part of Jimmy Johnson's problem. He's just out there logging laps, but he's running so slow and out of the way. Why?
Well, he doesn't want to tear that car up. He wants to use it next week, and there you see Jimmy's car just goes up the hill. I'm assuming he had a right front go down.
It had all the look of it. Car just would not turn, just went straight to the outside wall.
Yeah, he wants to save that nice piece for next weekend.
That was the fastest car here.
Martinsville.
Now, here's what's going to be interesting, boys. It's been 70 laps since these cars have been to pit road. We've got 14 cars on the lead lap. I think we'll see some of the guys at the back of the pack hit pit road, like Jeff Gordon, Jeff Burton right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I'm leading the race, I'm going to do the opposite of what everybody else does.
And Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Greg Biffle, they stay out. Looks like all the other lead lap cars come to pit road, and we may get to a point where this will be a single file restart if we get to 10 or less laps to go. So, yeah, coming to pit road right now could be a race-winning move, Darrell. No more cars than stayed out of those lead lap cars.
And scoring confirms Kyle Busch is the race leader. He had completed the pass on Denny Hamlin prior to the waving of the caution. And when that caution light comes on, they revert back to the last scoring loop around the track that the drivers had previously crossed. It's not the instant of caution, it's where you last passed a scoring loop just prior to the caution.
You know what I was saying about Pitt and Mike? If the 5 and the 11 had come in, I definitely would have stayed out. If they stay out, I stay out.
Right now, it looks like, and we're going to have to look at score when they come back across here, but it looks like at least about 10 cars of our lead lap cars came to pit road.
Well, earlier we said we'd rather have tires than track position. What about now?
I'd rather have laps right now. If I come in and got tires, if I didn't, I'd want to run down here at about 7 or 8 to go and get a green.
Dick?
When Denny Hamlin was told he was in second place, Mike, he said no way. Then it was the question of whether they were going to pit or not. Mike Ford made the decision that they were going to follow Busch, the lead car. When Hamlin was then told all the guys behind him had pitted, he said, we're dead. Ford said, don't give up. Steve.
Dick, Kevin Harvick said, we've just been way too tight. Todd Farrier said, if we don't pit, we'll finish 10th. This is our only shot. They took 4 tires and made an air pressure adjustment for Kevin Harvick.
Well, this is so reminiscent of back, what year was it? 2000 with Dale and Terry? Dale stayed out, didn't get tires. Terry come in and got 4. What a finish that was.
That was pretty wild. We have audio from Denny Hamlin.
We pit or not? Yes or no? Follow the 5. Follow the 5. Stay out. Stay out.
That's the box you're in when you're the leader.
Well, here is going to be the deal. We're going to have a single file restart because it looks like we will be, they are showing down finger restart right now, which means it'll be single file, no lap down cars to the inside. The top 5 cars stayed out. They've been out there since lap 415 on their tires. Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Greg Biffle, David Stremme, Carl Edwards. The other 10 cars pitted for 4 tires and adjustments, starting with Jeff Gordon back there in the 24 car, our pole sitter.
Short track racing at its best and more of the same next week.
Hey, man, Martinsville Speedway, got to save the brakes, feet to banging, the way racing ought to be.
Oh! A little bad blood there.
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
Once they drop that green flag, you don't know what's going to happen.
What I've always liked about this place, there was an atmosphere here that was like no other place we'd go.
Jeff Gordon scores his 71st career win and his 6th at Martinsville.
You can feel the emotion of the fans in the stands here.
Big Orange, Tony Stewart gets the win.
Doing a little thing called NASCAR on Fox.
Big weekend at Martinsville across the Fox networks. All on speed Friday. Nextel Cup practice, truck practice, and Cup qualifying. On Saturday, Cup practice and the Craftsman Truck Series race is on Fox, 3 p.m. Eastern Time Saturday. Then speed coverage brackets, the Nextel Cup race on Fox next Sunday, 1:30 Eastern Time.
You know what this has written all over it, Larry? Daytona with the 24 car. When he come down, he got 4 tires.
And there he goes, Darrell. He did it earlier on fresh tires. Him and Jeff Burton in the 31 to the half that. They're going to go all the way up to 4th right now before we complete 1 lap.
Yeah,
8 laps to go this time.
I think that's going to work out for those guys.
Biffle put the block on Jeff Gordon. Denny Hamlin's in trouble, it looks like, an 11 car. But while this is going on, Kyle Busch has drove away from this group.
I don't think he can drive far enough away, though. I tell you, the 24 and the 6 and the 31 are coming, baby. Here comes the 31 looking outside.
Dick, what's wrong with Hamlin?
Hamlin just came on the radio and screamed, "We're blowing up, we're blowing up."
He continued to lose position, this time coming to 6 laps to go. Greg Biffle still back there on the same tires as Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch still driving away.
It's going to be a nail-biter, boys.
Hamlin led 177 laps. He won't win it. Here comes Burton on the outside of Gordon.
5 to go, clear by 10 here, 5 to go.
I think Burton's got a little something for the 24 car. If he can just get a little opening here somewhere. And here comes his teammate, Harvick, right behind him. He's looking.
Greg Biffle is the best friend that Kyle Busch has got right now. They'll be coming to 4 to go this time.
I believe the 05 car is going to be able to hang, Larry.
It looks like it right now because he's pretty much keeping tempo with those boys behind him.
Nothing like being out front at Bristol.
Now here comes Gordon in the 24. He's going to get inside. Biffle in the 16. Burton's got to try to follow him through. He gets a good run down into turn 3. 3 to go this time.
He's going to catch him. I say he may catch him.
3 more, 3.
Cheer him on, boys.
Spin, turn 4. Casey Kane gets into David Reagan. Yellow flag.
That will nail the coffin on Kyle Busch.
He's done. He's done.
That is not what that 5 car wanted to see.
Nope.
At all.
This answers my question on why nobody left. It's not over.
Oh, and by the way, none of them are sitting down either.
Caution flag 15. David Reagan spins off the front bumper of Casey Kane.